Slightly Whispering Chicken presents. Good Monday, my lords and ladies. It is, well, these are rolling out right now, aren't they? It's going to be a big day, another big week, but for different reasons than last week, and not as busy either. Most of it's going to be in-house this week. I'll have to get out Wednesday. I got to get a little bit today. Not looking forward to that. Also not looking forward to the fact that I'm losing my computer today, and I just don't want to talk about that. And let's see, we're waiting for them to finally, hopefully, I'm not holding my breath, replace our smoke detector. I am on the verge of calling the fire marshal about it because it's just dangerous, There's a lot of idiots around here. And plus you never know about the ones that you don't know about. This is Fake Fiction Monday, and it's happening on Monday. And I am excited today, and this is not to be equated with being in a good mood, because they are not conjoined emotions. I'm so excited though that I couldn't wait for my husband to get up so I can get into the studio, and I've made a makeshift studio out here. I don't even have a microphone. I'm just using the phone, and I draped a blanket. I was going to just sit under a blanket. I think you would have looked at me more crazy than what I've done. Oh God, there's movement. Okay, I'm trying very hard not to wake him up. My voice is a double-edged sword. It is such a deep timbre, and this is, I have to force myself to really whisper, because this is pretty much whispering. But then it's good also because nobody can out-talk me. Well, very few. And I'm really good at, calling somebody's attention from a long way away. But so here's the reason I'm excited. I've been up since 4. It was just one of those, got up to pee, and but I wasn't even in the bathroom yet before my mind was already going. There was no going back to sleep. So I got up and I sat here, and I kind of, in the dark and quiet for a bit. Started my coffee, and then my mind started kind of working a little bit, and because a lot of stuff has been happening, and it's kind of coming around and beginning to piece together for me to use now. I've been talking a lot about stuff that happened that I couldn't talk about. Well, hold on. First of all, today, I've got this going on because I'm going to be doing some architectural reconfiguring with the blogs. And I think it's going to be for the best, and I hope so for you, because most of what's going on now is not going to change. There's still Monday's Fake Fiction, so I can handle what's coming for the week, and I think we'll add something to it, more along the lines of opinion, or something about, something going on in, media or Hollywood or music or whatever, just a little something, but keeping it with the stories coming, and things that are not me. And then now my, of course, my stories, Wednesdays, morning cereal, days of general restlessness still. Last week, number 7, which was last week yesterday, or would that be yesterday last week? Number 7, which kind of, it already was when I wrote it, and I kind of forgot about that, but it's kind of like a mid-season finale cliffhanger thing. But it's not going to be like you have to wait a whole half season or whatever for the rest of it. And had been considering all along doing a couple of binges to finish out this first season. And then, of course, Friday is still the newer fictional stories that are just stories, not ongoing like the soap parody. Actual, fictional stories I wrote, and we've seen The First Slumber Guard, we've seen Love Knows Nothing, which centers around, loosely based on my husband. Oh, slipped up and said, well, we're still newlyweds, so, but loosely based on us. And then Burners, yeah, that was a single part story. I loved that one. It's weird, crazy. See, I couldn't really describe it. I don't really know, but I hope you enjoyed it if you listened to it. And then, so this week, it's going to be definitely an off week for Days of General Restlessness Wednesday. So it'll be, I haven't figured out what I'm going to do in its place, because I will, it's not going to be a blank day for the podcast. It'll just be a shorter something where, like I did last time, 2 weeks ago, talking about the show. Give some more insight, introduce some more characters coming, or introduce, and have some fun spoilers. And then Friday, of course, we'll continue on, since Burners finished last week. This will be the trailer for what's coming next, and what's coming next is Slumber Guard 2, Gift Shop. And I'm not sure, but I know it's going to be 2 parts. It might be 3 parts because of the length, but I'll figure that out when I start recording it. So that's part of the busy week, is I've got to record Slumber Guard. I also have to figure out what I'm going to do for Wednesday and record it. I'm recording this right now. So now I am going to bring up my idea, because I am bringing back a bit of Shush Please, and it's going to be different. Here comes the reconfiguration. My stories have a little bit, language in it, and I cuss like a sailor. Even more so, during these fake fiction ones, because it's just, me talking, and I don't, like to gratuitously. I love Quentin Tarantino, I really do, but I'm glad that there are not a whole lot more movies and people that I feel put, excessive, either, whether it's sex, violence, and if I want excessive sex, I'll watch porn. I want some story and dialogue too, and it doesn't need to be all peppered with horrible language. But thankfully, like I said to other people, because I still love Quentin Tarantino. And so that's going to, of course, besides what little bit there might be in the stories, because, in the parody they do, because, people do cuss in real life, and so that's kind of still, that's always been kind of a bone of contention for me lately with soaps, is, they're still doing the whole, Hallmark movie language thing. And, I think every once in a while, I think they slip in the word bitch, but, for a long time, it's always been witch. And it just kills me. So in the stories, it'll be, and on fake fiction, I'll try to remove it as much as possible. So the fake fiction will definitely be family friendlier to listen to. So you don't have to be worried about how much cussing I've been doing in it. I'm sorry, that's just me. So it is going to be redirected over to the new A Bit of Shush Please. I guess it would be subtitle or something of the A Bit of Shush Please, because I'm going to keep it at that. I had another idea, but then I remembered that I still had a bit of Shush there, not deleted, and it's still on iTunes, so I just figured, it's kind of perfect, really. I was going to call it the Going Out of Business podcast, and like treat every episode like it, could be my last one. And then I brought it into that. So, Going Out of Business pod will be, okay, am I back? Okay, good. Like 4 alerts came in at the same time. I forgot to make sure. There we go. Put on Do Not Disturb. Now, bit of shush, please. Here we go. This is what I'm excited about so much, is because, all that stuff I talked about that I couldn't talk about, it's going to get talked about and more. And I think what will happen is it's going to turn into more of like an autobiography, but in podcast form. So I'm, not going to necessarily go in chronological order, but I'm going to, be able to talk about a lot of the things that I thought, I want to get some of this stuff down, but it just, I couldn't find out a good format to do it because, I didn't want it to be, I don't care much for biographies and autobiographies. I have to really like the person. Every once in a while, there's a really good one. Still, my favorite one to this date is George Burns' Dear Gracie. And, or Love Gracie. I can't remember. Anyway, it was wonderful. I love Burns and Allen. And I'm going to, it's going to be less structured but that doesn't mean more rambling. I just mean that, these, I'm planning ahead for the stories on Fridays, so, there's some structure there. I've got the structure, of Wednesdays and Mondays, so that's what's, going to be different is it's just I'll just, pop them up whenever I think about them, and they're probably going to be a little bit longer. It's simply because of the fact that there are quite a few stories I have that I can't squeeze into 30 minutes, and some will kind of, be partially told and then told, more so later. But I will have an idea ahead of time of what thing about my past or my life or the bad things that I do want to talk about that day. And of course, that is where I'll get my language out. So that's, I think that's fun. I think that's exciting. I'm going to like it. Nice, different, and unusual. Bit of shush is returning, even shushier. And so this week I've got a lot to do. What with the addition of that, getting Wednesday ready and Friday ready, starting to pack. I got to go out to a couple of locations I can't discuss right now, but will later. On Bit of Shush, please. And I've got some rearranging of furniture to do since, again, I told you I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to talk about the laptop going away. So, stop bringing it up. And I'm waiting for them to do the fire or smoke detector. So, of course, there is no herbal refreshment going on. That's okay. There was earlier. And it's not like, I can't survive, without it when I need to. And we all, oh, yeah, that's right. And then they're coming to pick up, fuck that, damn topic of a computer again. I'm so sore about it. But things are rough, we gotta be focused on crossing fingers and moving, and I'm working, the things I'm going to hopefully go out to for today is going to start working on what I need for my peace of mind for the move. And I'll talk about that in a bit of shush, which will probably be later today because I want to get it going. And I'll be able to get in the studio then and actually speak with my voice. But until then, this has been a half version, I guess, of fake fiction. which I think it usually kind of tends to be around this length, 15-20 minutes. But I'll definitely be back later. That's what's happening this week, and that's what new is coming that I'm excited about. I think it'll be fun because there are quite a few things that have happened in my life that are, I think, very either interesting, bizarre, or more recently completely unbelievable if you didn't live it. I mean, it's not going to be fiction. It's not. But it's going to seem like fiction. And that's how it feels. But we will hash all that out. This is going to become more not business, but focused on the my work or stories that are coming instead of, and maybe a bit of maybe an opinion piece on something on the fake fiction, just to talk about something a little different every once in a while, and then you'll get the full force of my whinging on, well, I guess, whenever I post a bit of Shush Please, which will be here and there, and probably more often, because I, not being structured and knowing what I want, but knowing what topic I want to talk about, it'll be a lot easier for me to just pick it up and record it and then post it. So we got a lot of new stuff coming. A lot of new stuff. I've already got planned what's after Slumber Guard 2, which is going to be a bit of time. And that's about it. I got to go get some more coffee and something to eat. I'm a bit peckish. And my husband's not up, so I can't go out for a snack. And I think the only thing I got would be noisy. Anyway, I'll work it out. I'll try. I think I'll probably just have some cheese. The pescatarian thing's going pretty good, but again, I gotta remember to keep things that are light and personal or dark and personal for the new old podcast. And I'm back to 3. My trilogy is back, so that makes me happy too. So I'll see you guys Wednesday for sure and Friday for sure, and then probably today for sure, and probably Wednesday too, because I do have to go out and about so I can record while I'm walking around. And that'll do it. One more thing I'm working on. Okay, I'm just going to abandon the theme song thing because as much as I love some of the stuff I'm coming up with, I'm kind of tired, and I've got so much stuff going on that I'm having to trim the fat, and that's one of the things going. So I've been looking up some public domain songs, and I found some absolutely fantastic ones from like the 20s to the 40s, or teens to the 40s of the 20th century, obviously. So I don't understand how those come through when I've got Do Not Disturb on. Drive me crazy, I swear. That's all. See you guys later. Have a good Monday.